Hello, how are you guys doing today? I am getting ready to go find a Halloween costume for tonight. And I went to a meeting. Okay, so I got up today, I did my prayers and meditations. I got up early today and got very focused. It's rainy, it's cold, it's 46 degrees outside. So I did my prayers and meditations and I was up early and I thought, I'm gonna go to a meeting. So I went to a noon meeting today. And had a great time, saw some people I hadn't seen in a long time. It was a good meeting. I felt very focused when I left there, so that was good. Then I went and I got my coffee, but I also got the Witch's Brew, do you see it? The Witch's Brew Frappuccino. Look inside, are you ready? This is so cute. It's like, can you see it? You can't see it, can you? It's like green sugar sprinkles. But anyway, I just did a review of it for my review channel. It's uploading right now. I just came home. I'm not gonna tell you what I think. Look at that, how purple it is. Is that not so fun? But I just did a review of it on my review channel. And now I am getting ready to go and figure out what the hell I'm gonna be for Halloween. I have no idea. And if I get back in time before Alex gets home, I may film some more videos. If I don't, then I'll just film videos tomorrow. And yeah, I'm excited about tonight. I don't know any of the DJs. Chami is playing this thing. That's the only DJ that I know. Other than that, I don't know any of the other DJs. Which is whatever. That's okay. So, how are you guys doing today? This feels like Halloween, this weather, Halloween in Indiana. I'm just gonna go to a bunch of Halloween stores and see what I can find and see if I can find anything fun. And if I can't, then I might go to Hot Topic. Hot Topic has so many good things. Or like Spencer's Gifts. I don't know if Spencer's Gifts even exists anymore. So I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna try to vlog throughout the day a little bit. So I will be back. Look, I just want to show you guys the leaves here right now. See, look at the leaves in Indiana. Do you see that, how pretty it is? So pretty. I know I show them every day, but I get real excited about them. I love the leaves changing in Indiana. It's kind of like having a white snow for Christmas. It's like the leaves change in time for Halloween, you know? So anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to get off here and I will be back later. I hope fingers crossed that I find something good for a Halloween costume because I have no idea what I'm gonna be. All right, you guys, I'll see you a little bit later. Love you. Okay, well, I'm leaving the costume store and I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna be. $50 later. So, one idea is true icon. This is so stupid. Spraying my beard gold. And then wearing my hat, and then a black t-shirt and black jeans, and then I got these like huge fake gold necklaces. I got 2 of them with this long necklace, and then I got these rings. This is so stupid. The other thing I may do, because I had so much fun this one year that I went as a truck driver, is I'm gonna go to my old favorite store, Broad Ripple Vintage. I got 3 different kinds of tattoos. And then put tattoos up and down my arm, up and down my neck, on my arms. And then get like a Western shirt and a trucker hat. And then just wear like because I have like work boots and like old jeans. And I'm thinking I'll probably do that because that's a little bit more comfortable and a little bit cuter too. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm getting out of here now. It's still raining. Okay, the store was absolutely packed and it was so funny because there was like this girl like 2 in front of me and and then there was these 2 girls like behind me and they were friends. So they were like, hey, how are you? And she was like, this girl in front of me was so funny. And they must have gone to college together or something because they were like, I'm I'm like, should I say this? I don't even know her, so it's not like it matters, but you could tell she was a school teacher because she had 2 costumes, and one was like Mickey Mouse ears, like Minnie Mouse ears, and like Minnie Mouse hands and stuff. She's like, so this is for work. And then they were like, oh, are they having a Halloween party? And she's like, yeah. And then she goes, and this is for tonight. And it was like a nun's outfit that came very short. And she's like, and I got tights too. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be so much fun tonight. And the other girls were gonna be skeletons. And the girl, she looked at me, she just kept looking at me and smiling. She was so funny. And I mean, literally, have you ever met one of those people, like everything that comes out of their mouth is just hilarious? Like, I did not know her, although I started talking to them. But she goes, I wanna leave this store. She goes, I feel so dirty. And the 2 girls behind me, they go, is there a return policy? Because I feel like, because when you're walking through the line, it's literally like, you know, Disney World, you're walking through one of those lines, and there are so many people there, and she goes, and they just have like tubs and tubs and tubs of like cockroaches and stuff like that. She goes, I feel like all this stuff has been used before. And then she got up to the counter, she was like, you know, because she was ahead of us, and they had like hand sanitizer, and she turned around and held it up to us. It was so funny. So I don't know who you are if you watch my vlogs, which I seriously doubt. You're hilarious. So anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna make this into a costume, but it's 4:30 now, so I've got to figure it out soon. And I probably have a Western shirt that fits me at home and a trucker hat if I have to. I mean, I have, you know, trucker hats obviously, but I wanted to get like an authentic trucker hat. So I'm gonna run to Broad Ripple Vintage and see if they have what I need, and then I'm going to head home. So I will see you guys in just a little while. Bye. Okay, so I'm having major costume problems. I just went to Broad Ripple Vintage, which is like one of my favorite stores, and they had these Western shirts, but it didn't really look like a trucker, and they were like really tight on my gut, and I'm like, this is not gonna be comfortable. I had just talked to Melissa, and Melissa's like, she's like, I don't even know that I'm gonna wear, I've got to lose weight. She was like, I don't even know that I'm gonna wear a costume. And I was like, really? She's like, it's rainy, it's cold outside, it's gonna be like 10 degrees colder, it's 46 right now. By the time that we get out there, she's like, I think that I'm just going to, she said, I think I'm just going to, wear just like regular clothes. And so now I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just wear like my Michael Myers t-shirt or something like that. And I have all this gold stuff, so I haven't even opened these. I guess I should open these and see how long they are. Alex doesn't even get done with work stuff till 8. Then he's gonna come home and change, but I think he's just wearing a onesie. Will this even fit over my head? If I bought these and they don't even fit over my head. Oh yeah, they fit over my head. Those look kind of cute. Like with a, look, with a gold glitter beard and maybe my hat. Because people will think that the hat is a joke, right? Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, this is the stupidest costume in the world, isn't it? I really wanted to do the tattoos, but that's kind of cute, don't you think? I think that's kind of cute. It looks like Mardi Gras beads. Anyway, okay. Well, maybe I just won't get a whole lot deeper than that this year for me. But I wanted to show you. So, Broad Ripple Vintage is right over here. I would take you inside because it's the most fantastic vintage clothes store in the entire world. They have everything you could possibly want. They have 100 tie-dye shirts, concert t-shirts, Western shirts, utility shirts, you know, leather jackets from high schools. They have the coolest stuff, and prom dresses, anything that you can imagine. But this next door is a house, and they used to own this too, and it used to be, okay, so when you go into Broad Ripple Vintage, it is forever, like the only CD, the woman that owns it, who's also a friend of mine, the only CD she ever plays in there, and it's going constant, okay, is The Doors Live. That's always the one that she plays. And, so anyway, but next door used to be the store that they owned called Strange Days. And, they ended up, like, closing it down. God, it's probably been like, I don't know, 10 years ago now. But I just want to show you, there's like nothing in here. There's nothing in this house, but look on the window. Look who it is. It's Bob Dylan. Hey, Bob. That's so cool. Look at this old house. It's just sitting there. They don't do anything with it. And then here I'll show you Broderpool Vintage. This is like one of my favorite stores in Indianapolis. So, see they have like all these dresses hanging out front. Isn't it so cool? And then, here, I'll show you the sign. And there's the sign. Broderpool Vintage. So, I hadn't been in there in forever because, well, when I gained a bunch of weight, I stopped going in there on a regular basis. And this is Broderpool, and it's like, there's all kinds of little stores and stuff like that in Broderpool, so it's real cute. We are picking up Jason and Melissa at 9:30 to get downtown by 10. So that'll be fun. I might just do the tattoos. Who knows? I might go to Party City right now. Melissa told me where Party City is at. This parking lot's impossible to get out of. She told me that Party City, where it was, because the other Halloween store, they usually have Spirit Halloween, like they moved it to another part of town. She said they have 2 locations, but she's like, but both locations are really far from me. So I was like, can I go down this little alley? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Party City. Every time somebody says Party City, if I hear it, does this even go to the street, or is this just like go down to... I always think of, if you've watched RuPaul's Drag Race, I always think of Fifi O'Hara saying to Sharon Needles, go back to Party City. I always think of that. It is so cold outside and rainy. Melissa said that she was like, Jason and Alex want to stay till like 2-ish, and I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to like vlog a little bit now, because I know come 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm, after having gone to everything and then driving everybody home, which means I won't be done till 3 until I change, and I'm sure I probably won't want to vlog a whole lot then, but maybe I will, I don't know. Usually after we go to something like this, I'm kind of like awake afterwards. So I'm excited, it'll be fun. Here, I'm gonna show you the sign. It says, we're open if you are. Broderpool Vintage, or Broderpool Village is what they call this. And then here's the little town of Broderpool. I've shown a lot of this in my videos before. Isn't it so cute? We're starting to get these CBD shops like everywhere now in Indianapolis. This is like a big karaoke bar. They're like, when it's not raining all through the week, they always have karaoke outside. They just built all of that. And here's the Snow Shack in Broderpool, which is real famous. So yeah. Fun little day, shopping and driving around. And I think I'm gonna get off here now and head to Party City and listen to my audiobook a little bit. And I will be back later. Bye. Okay, let me tell you the craziest place in the world to go to is Party City. Yeah, woo, the line. And they have like 3 aisles of Halloween stuff, but not tons. I got, the other kind of glitter spray I got is like body glitter. So I got hairspray gold glitter, and I think I'm gonna spray my beard, and I think I'm actually gonna do my hair and spray my hair too, and then just wear a black t-shirt and black jeans and wear the gold necklaces. And then, are you ready? Oh my God, are you so excited? I better not break this before I go out, so I'm gonna be pissed. Boost! 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 This is such a fantastic fan. Look at this. I'm so excited about that. So, yeah, that's gonna be my costume. I kind of would love to just have like a gold, I would love to have a gold lame shirt or something to wear with it, but I'm done looking. It is 6:18. I gotta go home. I gotta feed the pups. I wanna take a little bit of a nap before we go out. So that is my plan. That is my plan of action right there. It is so busy everywhere, so I'm sure, okay, what's messing with it? So I'm sure that the ride home is gonna be crazy because there was traffic everywhere and people have just gotten off work but I'm excited about tonight, and now at least I have some kind of costume. And all of the shirts at Broderable Vintage were like $20, so I actually saved a little bit. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I don't know what shoes I'm gonna wear though. I mean, I have like these. Well, I do have some shoes I can wear. Those like black sneakers with like the white soles. I just don't love those. But they're kind of fun for going to something like this. So I've got to go home, and then I've got my white jeans. I have my black jeans on and a black t-shirt right now, and I think I'm just gonna wash this and probably wear this tonight with my shoes. Although I have about 5 black t-shirts clean, but these are my favorite black jeans because they're like a little faded. They're Joe's jeans. Do you guys like Joe's jeans? I love Joe's jeans. I know they're expensive, but they last forever, and they have a stretchy waist, which is like one of my favorites. I mean, I guess they're not super expensive. Like, I mean, they're not like True Religions, like $300. I don't even really like True Religions anymore. There was a period when I did like them. But I think Joe's jeans that I usually get at Nordstrom Rack are usually about $60, $70, but then they last forever. I bought 2 pairs of jeans though before we went to Vegas. I bought a blue pair, and I don't know what the brand was. I think I showed them on here. And then I got a black pair of Donna Karan jeans. Oh, I could wear those tonight. I didn't even think about that, because those are a little bit like tighter fitting. Yeah, I could wear those tonight. And then I could just wear like the black shoes with it. I might do that actually. Because those are like really dark black. They're not faded. But these are so comfortable and they roll up. They're a little bit more, these are a little bit more casual than the other ones, so I don't know. But all right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here and listen to a little bit of music, and I will talk to you later. Hello. Okay. It is late, you guys. I just finished eating some Taco Bell because I hadn't eaten all day. And I like let the dogs out and sat with them for a little bit. It is currently 4:06 a.m. So I'm gonna vlog and then I'm gonna go home and go to bed. I'm really tired. Alex is on his way home. We had fun. We went to Haunted Fest tonight. I wore everything I usually always wear, but I did this tattoo right here, and then I did another tattoo right there, and then I did this tattoo right here, and then another one back there. So people thought they were real. It was so crazy. And people were like, I love your tattoos. I was like, thanks. I mean, okay. But anyway, I was wearing that icon hat tonight, so that's why I've kind of have had hair. But we had a good time. We drove down there with Melissa and Jason, and I like to drive so that I can leave when I want to leave. And so Melissa was like, well, Jason is gonna probably want to stay until the last set starts. And I go, well, so will Alex, so I'll just be committed to staying. And the last set started at like 2 o'clock, something like that, 2:15, I don't know. Oh. But I think he actually went on a little early, because we ended up leaving. Melissa and Jason and I left at about like 10 after 2. One of Alex's friends met us there, and so he wanted to go to this club called Rebel, and he was like, do you care if I go with her? I was like, no, but I'm gonna go home. So he's like, okay, well, we're gonna share an Uber, because she lives real close to us. So he's like, we're gonna share an Uber home. So he's on his way home right now. And yeah, it was fun. I saw a lot of people. I danced a lot. It was just a good night. Like, I saw a bunch of friends of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. And, because I don't ever, like, go out and do all that kind of stuff. So, it was fun. The music of the first two DJs sucked. They were horrible. But the last two DJs that I heard, the last one was Chami, who I really like Chami, but, I think Alan Walker maybe was his name. I can't remember. The other guy, he was pretty good. He like had a whole team of like photographers and people with him. It was like empty when we got there. We got there really early. We got there at like 10 o'clock and it was pretty empty. And but by midnight it was packed. It was absolutely packed. Our group that we were with, like everybody had costumes on except for Melissa, Jason, and I. Melissa wore like kind of this, she wore like this cat shirt, like a tail, and like this cat mask thing. Jason didn't dress up at all. But everybody else dressed up. Alex wore like a long cape and he put like black makeup around his eyes and he was like somebody from like the apocalypse or something. He had like this gas mask on, but he didn't even wear it like the whole night. He just had it being around his neck. It was fun. We had a good time. I danced a little bit and then I dropped them off. Well, actually, I drove Jason and Melissa through Taco Bell. And at the time I was like, I'm not really hungry. And I was actually gonna come home and just change my shoes because I wore these huge fry boots that were killing my feet because I hardly ever wear them. And they're really like clunky boots. I love them, but they're just really clunky. So I was like, I'm just gonna come home and like put on my sandals and then like go back out and vlog and then I'd get something to eat on the way home. Like I was gonna go to the grocery store. I wore this black t-shirt tonight and my tattoos, my beautiful tattoos. And then I wore my hat and then I wore just like tighter jeans, like skinnier jeans and those boots. And I currently have on red sweatshorts and my Birkenstock sandals, my plastic ones. I'm so comfy right now, you have no idea. I'm all about the comfort. And it was so funny because we were like sitting there with our group of friends and we were all like talking about how like we would just rather be at home. Like, I mean, it was fun for a while, but like at 12 o'clock, we were all like, oh, it'd be fun to be at home right now watching Making a Murderer and eating some food, you know? Like, that's kind of when you know you're getting older a little bit. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I have fun going out, but I just couldn't do it all the time anymore. Like, it's just not that much fun to me, you know? And like I said, I still have friends that do it all the time. I mean, Alex goes out, you know, but he just doesn't go out the way that he used to. So we had a good time. And I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. He actually has a birthday party that he's probably gonna go out with these girls again tomorrow. Well, actually, I think it starts at a winery. That's kind of like when you're getting older too, isn't it, I think? I always opt out of like the winery parties because like those are just truly not any fun for, it's not like I get there and I'm like, oh my God, I have to drink. I mean, like it's not anything like that at all. It's just boring for me. Especially if they don't serve like lunch or anything like that. But he has this birthday party tomorrow night, I don't know what time. And he may not end up going because tonight I said, what time's your birthday party? He's like, I don't even know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if I'm going or what. And I said, okay. And so I think we're just gonna kind of hang out and relax all day tomorrow. He has no work stuff to do tomorrow whatsoever. I know he's real excited about that. He'll sleep in and I might make some videos, I might not. We'll see. I made a review video today. I already talked about that on here, didn't I? I forgot that I vlogged earlier. People seem to like the review channel, which is fun because I really like doing the reviews on there. And like today I did that impromptu like Frappuccino review and I was like, see, like I'm so nervous about making videos on that channel because I wanted it to be higher quality, but I guess people just don't really care, you know? Like, I literally sat in my car and reviewed this Frappuccino and people liked it. So thank you if you're one of the people that watched it and said something nice about it. I appreciate it. Like, I'm having so much fun doing those. I mean, hell, I could do those every day and drive through and try something somewhere and bring something else home. I mean, like, those are so easy to do, and I really enjoy them. They're so much fun, you know? And, so we'll see. I almost made a drama video today. There was like some stuff that came out about a comment that Jeffree Star made. Anyway, I got sent all these DMs last night about it, and I was like, okay, well, like, I haven't done a drama video in a while. I'll do this drama video. And then I was like scrolling through YouTube, and I saw that like 2 other drama channels had already made the video, and I was like, I don't guess I really have that strong of opinion about this. I mean, I really don't. It was just a comment that was left on an Instagram picture, you know? I mean, it's just not that deep to me. And, but you know what's funny is, like, back in the day, like I'm still interested in it. Like, for me, like, I might make the video, so I don't really want to say what I was gonna say, because I might make the video, but I feel like I've kind of come full circle in the last 2 months about all the drama. Like, I feel like I'm kind of back to where I was. Like, it's almost, to be honest with you, it's like, I don't know. It just really isn't that deep, you know? But I think, like, that's the kind of drama videos that I'll continue to do. Where it's just, like, reading something and then having an opinion about it, you know? And then something else happened that a bunch of people were sending me stuff about, and I was like, oh, well, I could do that, too. I don't know. People have been so supportive of me taking some time this month. Like, every time I say it in a vlog, you guys are always like, take all the time you need and whatever. And, like, I've continued the vlog, you know, because I don't want to go without, I mean, I made a commitment to vlog every day, and I want to do that. And I love this channel. But, like, I'm at a point now where, like, I'm almost kind of just taking days to not post videos, because my personal goal is that when I get back to November 1st again, I want to start posting videos on a regular basis, or the 2nd or 3rd, or whenever I decide, you know. But when I get back into it again, I want to start, you know, posting regularly all the time, at least on, you know, 1 or 2 channels every day, if not all of them. And, so I think, like, in my head, I'm kind of like, well, you can take a day, because, like, you know, starting next week, you're going to be doing it every day. And it's been really nice, and you guys have been so wonderful and so supportive of me, and, you know, just saying, like, take the time you need, and, you know, just, you know, relax. And it's been really awesome. I mean, you guys have been so supportive of me. I've received so many supportive messages from people. I've received so many supportive emails and Instagram messages. I can't get to all of them, honestly. And it really helps, so I appreciate it. And I also bought magazines to do a magazine video, and I haven't done it. I was going to do it like 2 days ago when I did my rant, but I need to do that, because I don't want those magazines that I paid $5 a piece for to time out and be old news. Although one of them is the Examiner that has the Sheila Wood Friendship Club in it, so, you know, those never age out. So I might do that tomorrow. I'll either do that tomorrow or Sunday. Anyway, do you guys have fun plans for this weekend? I was going to pick a movie for us to go to on Sunday night, but I'm actually thinking, I should probably run this by you guys and see what I want honest opinions about this. I was thinking about, like, picking, like, 2 DVD movies, like Hereditary, because a bunch of people have told me to watch that, and like The Purge, like the first Purge, I think it's called, or something like that. Like maybe pick like 2 scary movies, and Alex and I just sit at home and watch 2 scary movies, and then do like a DVD kind of like review of like movies that we can watch at home. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that? I think I just hit the focus. Hold on. I don't know that there was anything out right now that I really want to see that bad. But then last week, I mean, I know he wants to go see Venom. The Nun, I think, is out of theaters now. What else? I want to see House with the Clock in Its Walls. But I don't know. I'll have to see what else is coming out this week. It's like crazy to me how many sober people I run into. Like tonight, I ran into 2 people that I knew from meetings and stuff, and one of them is like early, kind of not early in sobriety, but like I don't know, 4 or 5 years sober, and she was like, "Sober fun is so much fun." She was like, "I remember you talking about it," and she was like, "You're so right." And we were sitting there talking, and she was dancing, and it's kind of weird to see people like when you know them. It's like seeing your teacher from school like at the mall. It kind of like freaks you out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you're not used to it. It's kind of weird at first to see like when I know somebody from like meetings, to see them then like in a situation like that. You can't see the tattoo anymore. I don't know how I'm gonna get them off. Supposedly like rubbing alcohol gets them off. We don't have any rubbing alcohol at home, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll get them off. Oh. So yeah, if he goes to that birthday party tomorrow night, I don't know, I'll probably do a live stream and just relax around the house. I really want to finish Making a Murder because I want to do my review of it. And I'm on episode 8 right now, so I'm like a third of the way through it. So I have 9, 10. I have like 2/3 of this, and then like 9 and 10. So I can easily finish it this weekend. And I'll put the review up as soon as I get it done. I didn't realize how serious people take these movie reviews. Like I'm gonna have to really know my shit for some of these movie reviews. Because you can like, and I just like enjoy doing like real layman's reviews, you know, not getting real deep. I mean, listen, okay, it's not, you know, Inside the Actors Guild kind of thing, or what's that show called? Do you remember what I'm talking about? Why can't I think what that show's called? I used to watch it all the time. But Inside the Shoot, why can't I think of what that's called? Somebody's shouting it at the TV right now, or at the video right now. I mean, they're just reviews, like after I go see a movie, like what I think about it. My husband was texting me, let me pull in here. I seem to always pull into the same speedway. Like, that's crazy. It's like he always, like... I ate an outrageous Reese's bar last night, and it was so delicious. It was so good. Was that last night or the night before? He'll just say, okay, babe. I don't want a pickle. I just want to ride on my motorcycle. Can you guys see? I had to like hold this washcloth to my face for 30 seconds. He did that emoji. I don't ever know what that emoji means. Oh my god, the Krispy Kreme donut machine truck is coming in. There is somebody that I wanted to shout out. Hold on a second. Adventures In said, you read my comment. Adventures In. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got it wrong, and she said it on here. Melissa Ann said, oh, I was hoping you were going to say I got picked. Think if you got picked, you would have been jumping out of your seat on the car ride home. Okay, like, that's one of the things I didn't say last night about Teresa Caputo. Like, I know, had I been picked in that audience, I would have been like, here's the thing, honest to God, if she had picked me, I wouldn't have said, like, it felt real. If I got the same reading that everybody else did, I just wouldn't have. I've been to enough psychics and I've walked out and been like, no, that was fake. Like, I'm not that person. But had I been picked, you better bet your ass I would have been so excited. Oh my God, I love her. Where was the one that I wanted to read? People were so nice about Tanya looking nice. What was the one that I wanted to read? Where is it? Well, I even screenshot it, so let me just pull it up. I wanted to read this person's comment again. Oh my God. Look at this picture of me and Melissa that we're trying to take. That's a hot picture. Okay, this is from Diana L. Faint, a million faints. I almost crashed my car when you gave me a shout out. I replayed it for my family because they said no YouTubers actually read the comments. XOXO from Oregon. And thank you, Crystal, for the comment about, you look so cute, love the shirt. Aw, KM said that shirt looks amazing on you. And she's late to the party, said, Tanya Jean, you look amazing, serving looks for the spirits. I read all of the comments. I read all of them. Here's the thing. Like, on the vlog, like, if I was gonna respond to the comments, because you guys, like, leave me, actually, pretty lengthy comments on the vlog, which I love. I eat it up. Especially when you guys, like, share, like, personal stuff. This is not the world's greatest angle for me, but I don't really care. You guys share, like if I talk about, I don't know, like doing a tattoo on my face or something, you guys will be like, oh my God, I did tattoos on my face this year for Halloween, and I did an Alice in Wonderland one, and it was so much fun, and everybody thought it was real. I mean, you guys like share stuff. So I feel like, for me, I like do the vlog on my end, and I go and I talk. Like, somebody was just on there, and they said something about what I said at the end. They even time-stamped it 56 something, so I can't remember who your name is because I just was reading, like, through it. But they said I really needed to hear that tonight. Thank you so much. Okay, so for me, it feels very much like a dialogue. Like, I put the vlog out, and then I read your comment back, if that makes sense. And I love that, especially on this channel, because it just seems like such a back and forth. I mean, I like, and I know your names, a lot of you, from like just seeing you post comments on a regular basis. If you post a comment on my videos, on my vlog on a regular basis, trust me, I I remember who you are. Because there's some people that literally comment, like, everyone, like Autumn, every video, and I've known Autumn from the very beginning of my channel, but Autumn like puts a blue heart or like 3 blue hearts on every video. Like it's like, that's her comment for every video, and I love it. And then a lot of you like leave really lengthy comments, and there's some of you on there that like you'll leave a really nice comment, and then another really nice comment, and then like the third comment will be like kind of constructive criticism, and you always say like, please don't be mad at me. This is just, and I know you well enough, and this is kind of how I decipher a lot of the comments, because like if a comment comes in there and I've never seen the person before, I'm like, they've never commented before, and they'll say something like, I've watched all of your videos for 2 years and ... I'm like, no, you haven't. You know what I mean? Because then they'll say something really harsh, and they'll say it in a harsh way. But when people have left comments on a pretty consistent basis, maybe not every video, but you know, on a consistent basis, and they'll say a nice one, and then it'll be another nice one, but then they'll say something that's kind of like constructive criticism, but they're like, you know, don't be mad, I just wanted to tell you blah, 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 whatever. Like, for me, like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because I know it comes from a place of love. I know it's not like, let me tear you down kind of mentality. And so, you know, like Tanya said to me, she said not too long ago, she was like, I noticed on other YouTubers, like they go in and they you know, like the first, you know, like 50 comments or whatever. I said, yeah. And I said, I do that sometimes. And she goes, but you don't comment a lot on your videos, I've noticed. And I said, but I read every comment. And I can tell you that I've talked to my fair share of YouTubers, and some of them read a lot of the comments, and some of them never read one comment. I read every comment that I get. That's why when people are like you deleted my comment, I'm like, okay, first of all, not even just now, like always, I've gotten really harsh comments on my videos, you know, that will say, you know, something, and I'm like, stop, I didn't even know I was anywhere near the end. Like about my voice or being gay or whatever, you know. That doesn't, like, at first, like, I wouldn't say, like, it hurt my feelings, but, like, I just didn't understand it. Now, I just get that goes along with all of it, you know what I mean? But I kind of lost my train of thought, I guess. What was I saying? Oh, I know what I was going to say. I get such harsh comments, as I think most YouTubers do. Like, really shitty comments that are just like, you blah, 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 you deserve this, blah, 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 whatever. That I'm kind of like, at this point, like, so why would that comment be able to remain on my video, and yet I would delete somebody else's comment? Like, that doesn't even make any sense, right? Like, wouldn't I be deleting all of those comments? So go to my videos and see, because there's always like that. Now, I will tell you what I do on my vlog. And if you've watched my vlog for a while, I said that I was going to do this a while ago. That when I notice that somebody consistently leaves real negative comments on my video, I just block them from my channel. I'm like, you know what? Why are you spending an hour of your day watching my videos to leave negative comments? So here, you don't need to come here. If you want to watch a video, that's fine, but you don't need to leave a comment anymore. You know, if you want to waste your time, that's fine, but I don't choose in my personal life to have people around me that consistently tell me negative things over and over and over. At some point, I'm just like, why am I in your life? Like, like, that's even unfathomable to me to even think that way, because I don't have anybody, and I can't think of the last time that I had anybody in my life that told me negative shit about myself on a regular basis, because they wouldn't be in my life. Like, why would we do that, you know? I think really actually more that happens with, like, in families. So I'll tell that in just a second, but so yeah, but like, I don't even do that. Like, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll just be like, I've had it with this person, and I just block them. And there's been a couple times when, like, you guys will be like, just block this person from the channel. And like, I have before when you've done that. But like, I bet like in the last, oh, I don't even know. I mean, I just don't do it that often. I just don't honestly really care that much. And I just think that the open conversation should be allowed to be had. Now, what people don't ever talk about is that there are words that you can block on your channel. And I got a lot of words that are blocked on a lot of my channels. And so, like if somebody went in there and said ... like it wouldn't show up. Does that make sense? And so, but I will tell you this, sometimes it comes through. I'm kind of surprised, like the comment comes through. And they always go like right to, sometimes they show up for a second. This is where people think I delete them. Because I've noticed on there before, like I'll see it in the creator app, that the comment will show up and then I'll go, like I'll refresh it and it's gone. So it must show up for like, I don't know, like a minute or something. And sometimes it goes, because there's a lot in my moderated section that I've never seen, and I don't go there and I don't want to see what they have to say because I don't, you know. But I will tell you this, it's really interesting. Is that, like in the past, I haven't done this for a long time, but in the past, when I would go to like my comments that were moderated, and what that means is, it's not like I have a moderator that goes in there and does it. It just means that if you use these words in a comment, it just swipes your whole comment and sends it to moderated. And then you have to go in there and approve them or not approve them, and I don't do that. So anyway, but when I used to go back in there and look at them, there's a lot of really positive comments that like show up. Oh, the other thing is, if YouTube thinks it's spam, they send it there. So like somebody that, like, this has happened to me in the past, like a person that will leave like 20 blue hearts, and then every comment they leave 20 blue hearts. Like at some point, I think it looks like spamming to YouTube, and so they send those all over there. But if you've ever left a comment on my video and you're like, I left Peter a really nice comment, like I don't know why it isn't showing up on, why would he delete that comment? Because people have said that to me before, and I'm like, I don't know, it must be something like one word that you said in there, or that I have that word blocked, you know. So yeah, so I don't know. What was I gonna say? Oh, about having negative people in our lives that tell us things like that. You know, listen, life is too short. You know, I don't need people in my life. Like, listen, I signed up for YouTube. I knew what I was getting into, you know. I mean, I knew there was gonna be a lot of it wasn't like I woke up and I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, have I been like that before? Yes, I have, I know. But I mean, like, I knew that there was gonna be a certain amount of criticism, right? What's interesting is I can tell you that when I started, like, doing booktube videos, the criticism I got, like, which was nothing. Oh my God, like, I would beg for that kind of criticism today. I mean, it was just like, I just really don't agree with your opinion on this book, and I hated this book, and I'd be like, seriously? Like, why'd you even leave a comment then? You know what I mean? And like, now I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, God, what I did, how innocent my world was back then with, you know, booktube. But like, as I started, like, this channel, I started reading, you know, more, I honest to God, like, I don't know if you're like me, but like, there's people that like read every comment. Like, Tanya listens to the videos and she'll read the comments while she's watching the videos, and I know a lot of people do that. Like, when I consistently was watching videos before I started making videos, every time I touch it, it goes, okay. I never read the comment sections. I mean, honest to God, I just didn't. I would be like, you know, I would like watch the video and I wouldn't read the comment, and then somebody would say something to me like, did you see something that somebody said on, like, or Trisha Paytas says, like, her comment section is just flooded with negativity, and I'd be like, really? Like, I wouldn't, and then I'd go over there and I'd look and I would see it, but it's like, I never really read the comment sections, and I never really looked at the likes to dislikes ratio until I started making videos, and then that stuff became, interesting to me. But I think, like, in my real life, I don't have people that And I'm not talking about constructive criticism. I'm not talking about my best friend telling me the things I need to hear, not the things I want to hear. But I can tell you right now, if I had a friend in my life, I don't care how good of a friend they were, but if everything they told me was something I needed to hear, and they never told me something I wanted to hear, and I mean, like, and I think that we need to have friends that direct us, but I also think we need cheerleaders in our lives. And to have somebody that's always criticizing you, or always thinking that they need to better you or help you out, because, you know, at some point it's like, listen, you're my friend, okay? I don't need a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot sometimes. And I just don't have a lot of friends like that in my life, you know? Do I have friends of mine that, like, you know, will give me unsolicited advice about things? Sure, and I do the same thing in return. But I really think it happens a lot in families. I think it's like almost a parental thing a lot, you know? Where you feel like in your parents' eyes, you, like, can do no right, if that makes sense. I have never really experienced that from my dad, but with my mom, like, my mom was fantastic, she really was, but she was definitely one of those people that, like, when I was talking about, you know, that Toni Morrison said, when you walk in a room, your child looks to see, do their eyes light up? Like, my mom was definitely somebody, she had a critical eye. And she had been raised with a mother that had a critical eye. Because she would say, I mean, like, my mom would say, you know, Grandma wanted the best for us. So she, you know, she was watching everything we did. Okay, here's a good example. My mother, oh my God, she would hate it today, because I just don't even care. My mother and my aunt were like freaks about manners, okay? Like, how to set a table, which fork to use, how, you know, napkins, you know, all this kind of stuff. Writing thank you notes, oh my God, was like such a huge deal to them. You know, like a lot of things, like you don't ever walk in an elevator, you let the people out first, you know? If you're walking into a building, you always open the door for somebody. I mean, these were things my dad taught me, you know? But my mom was like really severe about it. And she would have such a critical eye with it that if I, like, fell out of line with that kind of stuff, like, she'd get very upset. And this is what she would say. She'd say, you're going to get invited to somebody's house for dinner that it matters, and you're going to do something incorrectly, and they're going to judge you for it. And I think because my mom came from such, like, poor background, like, it was important for her that she, like, knew, like, how to act correctly, if that makes sense. I don't even think we live in that world today. I really don't. Like, I don't even think we lived in that world when I was growing up, you know? Like, I don't know. Have I been places before where they, you know, like, the place setting and all that stuff is important? Sure, and how you leave a napkin and all this kind of stuff, but it was funny because Chloe Morello, I think it was Chloe Morello, posted this picture on Twitter, and it was like, do you know which way is the right way to leave your, like, knife and fork when you get up from a table to say that you're coming back? Well, this is also a napkin thing. I don't know if you know this, but, like, if you put your, supposedly, I don't know, this is what I was taught, but if you put your napkin on the chair, it means you're coming back, but if you put your napkin on your plate, it means you're done, or on the table. Well, there's also a way, like with your fork and knife, like how you lie it, like put them on top of each other, that indicates whether or not you're, like, coming back or not. And I was like, when she put that picture, and honestly, I couldn't remember what it was, and I can't even remember the right answer now, but it was so funny when she put that on there. I was like, oh my God, this is something like my mom used to talk to me about, you know? That I think, like, you know, like, my mom's experience of growing up was different than my dad's, and they both were poor growing up. You know, my mom, she grew up in the inner city, right? So, like, at the high school that she went to, like, my mom's best friend that died several years before her her dad was like a neurosurgeon. And my mom would say, like, he was like one of the first neurosurgeons in Indiana. And she'd say, you know, like, there was like 4 of them, and they all lived, like, kids, and they all lived in this house. And her dad was always like, you know, cooking out steaks, and they had a house on Beaver Island and all this kind of stuff. And my mom would say, like, nobody was like that, you know, in the area. Well, the house that they lived in was like right around, it was like 2 streets over from where my mom grew up, but it's like on a street in Indianapolis that's called Meridian. It's like the main street. I mean, there's historic mansions on the street, and she lived in one of them. But like my mom lived 2 streets over in a house that was literally like a shotgun house. Well, I think in Indianapolis at that time, probably still now, but the houses all in that area, it's called Meridian Kessler, are so expensive, all of them. Like if you had bought a house there 20 years ago and never moved out of it till now, you literally probably doubled the cost of the house, like in equity. It's like crazy, that area. It's beautiful. The area is absolutely beautiful, and it's mostly like old historic homes. But anyway, you know, so my mom would be friends with somebody that was like poorer than her, but also somebody that was like 100 times richer than her. So I think for her to like fit into all of that, she like had to know, and I think my grandma knew that because my mom moved so many schools and she interacted with all these different people. And, you know, like you could be going to somebody's house for dinner where like a table setting was important, you know, like I don't know. And I know for my grandma, because they were poor, like their entire, my grandma was so poor, like, and my dad had an outhouse till he was 21 years old, you know? And, but with my mom, I think my grandma knew the only way, and maybe this is the time period, I don't know, you know, for them to be, you know, like, what do you call it? Like they would fit in is if they had the right clothes and they looked nice and they knew the right manners and things like that. I don't know. And then my dad is like a completely different story because, you know, my dad comes from, if you're in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you know what I'm talking about. My dad came from an area of Fort Wayne called Waynedale. I don't even know if that really exists anymore, but it was just like a little area of Fort Wayne. But it was like, it was farming areas up there when my dad was growing. I mean, it was very, very poor, you know. And my dad was the youngest of 5 kids. And my grandfather was a homicide detective. I mean, he just didn't have a lot of money. And, you know, to feed 5 kids. And, but my dad would say, like, in all the story, like, they had fun. Like, they had fun growing up. And my dad would say, we didn't know we were poor. Like, we had no clue we were poor. You know, we did things with the church in the neighborhood. He was like, you know, my friends and I, my dad, like, okay, the movie A Christmas Story, you know, with Peter Billingsley, the one that plays like 1,000 times on Christmas Day. My dad loves that movie. He's like, I think I've talked about this on here. He's like, that is exactly my childhood. And that movie's supposed to take place in northern Indiana. My dad is like, that is exactly my childhood. Like, it even looks like everything, you know, when I was up there. He's like, I had a Red Ryder BB gun, and the schoolroom looks the same and everything. But, like, my dad would say he didn't know he was poor. He was like, you know, we would each get a bottle of pop, like in the summers, and then we had to make that bottle of pop last like a whole week. And they would all tease my dad's aunt or my dad's sister, and they would all like take sips out of her bottle, and she would always wonder, and she would like look into the bottle like that because she wondered like why that bottle was like emptier than the rest. And you know, they would go to like the movies on Saturday afternoons, and they would see like, you know, a double feature with the cartoons and everything. My dad, I mean, he tells these stories. He's like, we had no clue how poor we were. He's like, I did not know. So my dad was the first one in his family to go to college, and he went to Indiana University, and he paved roads in the summer, and he waited tables at the DG house, Delta Gamma house. He waited tables there, had to wear a suit and tie and wait tables at this sorority house, and that was how he, like, and he got academic, I think, scholarship or something. That's how he paid to go to undergrad. And then in the summers, he would pave roads, and he'd say, like, when I would complain, like, okay, I was saying on here the other day that my dad would never say things like, I had to walk 10 miles in snow either way. Or maybe I was saying that to Tanya, I don't know. But one of the things that my dad did say to me a lot, like when I would complain or bitch about stuff when I was growing up, he would say to me, until you have walked 8 hours a day for 3 months behind a paving truck in the 100-degree heat of Indiana summers, I don't ever want to hear you complain. Like, that's what my dad would say to me. Because he did it, like, you know, every summer for 4 years. Like, paved roads, like, walked behind an asphalt truck. So, but he would say, before he got to IU, and he would go, like, hang out with other people or go visit people's houses on the weekend, you know? Like, you know, because people would say, like, hey, do you want to come to my house? I'm going to go home to such and such place, or, you know, whatever. And he would go to places like Lake Forest, Illinois, or, you know, I mean, and he would be like, he had a friend from there, and he would be like, I walked into these homes, I had never seen homes like this before. I mean, it was crazy, you know? And, so I don't, like, he used to tell me, he was like, we didn't, my dad says, it's funny because he says, there's only a couple words that sound like Northern Indiana that my dad says, but one of them is poor, actually. I can't even, he says poor, like poor, yeah. And, but he would say, we didn't know we were poor, you know? We just didn't. We were happy. And I think it so goes to prove that, like, you're not somebody, my husband's texting me, I think, that you don't have to have money to be happy, you know? You just don't. I'm at another speedway. Can you even believe it? Okay, he's going to bed. Yeah, how did I even get on that? Oh, I was talking about, like, with parents, you know, they're like, I've had so many friends of mine that, and I've witnessed it too, you know? Like, it seems to me a lot of times to be, like, my aunt and my cousin they had a really great relationship, but at times it could be a little, like, it seemed a little toxic. I mean, oh, my cousin, if Caroline was sitting here right now, sometimes she'd say it absolutely was toxic and it drove me crazy. She would say that. She'd say, I loved my mom, but she drove me crazy. But it seems like it's often like moms and daughters. Does that make sense? Like, that kind of go at it a lot. And I've had so many friends of mine, like my cousin included, you know, that, like, I've literally seen their mothers just, like, cut them quick. You know what I mean? Like, just come for them real quick and say something like there's nothing that's off limits, you know, parenting or looks or, you know, why did you do that to your hair? Which my mom, did you really cut your hair's so dark. Are you going to wear your hair like that? Yes, mother, I'm going to school. My hair is colored black, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it right now, you know? But, like, with my cousin, it was like my aunt, I think, sometimes was like, and I know that she loved my cousin. She loved her more than anything. Oh, my God, she would have done anything for her, you know? But she would say things to Caroline, like, about everything. And my cousin's such a great person, you know? And I think that was just a relationship they always had. And I've had so many friends of mine that are women that have similar relationships with their mothers, and they just cry to me, you know, like, they'll call me up and they'll be like, I got into it with my mom again. Tanya is actually one of the people, like, that is, surprisingly enough, that has a pretty great relationship with her mom, and I think it's because they just really get each other. I don't know, but I've had some friends of mine that call me and they're just like, you know, I got off the phone with my mom and she just made me feel like I was the worst parent in the entire world, and, you know. And my mom would say that about my grandma. She'd say, I mean, your grandma, she would say, oh my God, it drives me crazy that your grandma calls me and she'll be like, you know, did you take the dog out? And she, you know, feed Peter and take, you know, and she's like, yes, mother, yes, mother. And then I remember when my grandma passed away, that years later, my mom and I were talking about it. She said, those things that drive you crazy are the things you miss the most when they're gone. And let me tell you, true, and I'm gonna cuss right now, okay? No, I'm not. I caught myself. True story. those things that drive you crazy about the person that you love, maybe not all the time, maybe not to the limit that they did it, or level to what they did it, but you miss it a little bit. You miss the context of it, if that makes sense. Like one of the things that my mom did was that, like, my mom just, to some degree, I kind of was her life, because she, like, you know, she raised me, and I was an only child, and, you know, just, so she just loved to spend time with me. I don't know that I really understood that, like, really understood it until, like, the last 5-6 years of her life. I mean, we really had a great relationship. I'd say it took 2 or 3 years for us to work out our kinks, but, like, after that, you know, the last 10 years of her life that, you know, we were sober together was pretty amazing. But my mom also could be very demanding of my time, but she wouldn't do it in, like, a shitty way. She'd do it in a really guilt-tripping way, and she'd say things like, I just wish I got to see you more. I know you're busy, but, like, I just feel like I don't ever see you. And I literally would have been over there the day before, you know, and I'd be like, Mom, I was just over there yesterday. I know, but you only stayed for an hour. And do you remember back in the day when I'd make you dinner and you'd come over and we'd watch a movie? And I'd be like, yeah, Mom, but I'm also working full-time and, you know, getting my master's degree, and I'm in a relationship, and I still don't have any time for myself. I know, but I know you're busy, and I'm so proud of you, but I just wish we could spend more time together. And it just would drive me crazy. Okay, I was just, like, talking for like 5+ minutes, and the camera was off, and I had no clue. Why does it keep on doing that? So I had to pull over and watch it back to see where I was at, because I was like, I didn't even know that the camera stopped. This vlog tonight seems like it's just pumping along. I didn't realize I had, anyway, but I was talking about my mom and, like, you know, her guilt tripping me. And, you know, she didn't, like, it was all because, like, she really wanted to spend time with me. Like, I knew that. Like, she loved me. It wasn't like she was trying to drive me crazy, or, you know, she was trying to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was because she loved me and she wanted to spend time with me. I understand that, you know? And I would say the last 5 years of her life, when I really understood it, I would really make an effort to, like, go spend time with her. Because I knew that if I did, even if at the expense of having to have the phone call the next day where she's guilt tripping me, I knew it made her so happy. And I enjoyed it too, you know? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. And, you know, we did a lot of stuff together. We go out to eat, and, but even then she was difficult, you know? I mean, because she'd be like, oh, I don't want you spending your hard-earned money on me, so I'm just gonna get a side salad with no dressing and a water. I'd be like, really? Get what you want, Mom. Oh no, I shouldn't. This place is so expensive. Why'd you bring us to such an expensive restaurant? And it would be Wendy's. No, I'm joking. My mom liked going out to nice restaurants to eat. But I don't know, like, I think, you know, like, my mom was very guilt-trippy with things, you know, and I've talked on my video, my Peterson's channel, and I've actually talked about it on here too, about when I had, the kind of, like, you know, come to Jesus moment where I was like, I'm not responsible for your happiness. Let me tell you what is so weird. So I was watching Halloween H2O today for, like, the 3rd day. I kind of get, like, in this mood where I like a certain movie, and then I watch it over and I just put it in the background and, like, you know, play it. Do you guys ever do that? So, in there, they're like, Jamie Lee Curtis and Josh Hartnett, who's her son in the movie, are talking about, like, the anniversary of Halloween or whatever. And he says something to her about, like, you're dragging me down with, like, all of this, and I've been patient for 17 years or whatever. And she's like, she says something back, and he goes, I'm not responsible for you. And I thought, oh my God, that is so weird, because I said that to my mom. I don't know why. But I've watched the movie so many times through the years. Anyway, I just thought that was a weird coincidence. But I did, you know, and I said that to her, and I didn't even know where it came out of. I was like, where did that just come out of, you know? I'd probably just seen Halloween H2O. But anyway, I was like, yeah, I mean, and she was like, do I make you feel that way? And I was like, yeah, you do, you know? And, you know, whenever I would confront my mom about guilt tripping me, she would say, I mean, I don't want to guilt trip you. That's not why. I just love you. I just love spending time with you. But even then, she was guilt tripping me. And I'd just be like, God, like, seriously? You know? I was never the son that left to my own devices would not visit my mom. That just was not the case. And she knew that. I went above and beyond, you know, to, like, do this stuff for her and whatever. And I just think it's difficult. And, you know, and I think even with that, like, we had a fantastic relationship. I mean, fantastic relationship, you know? I'm so blessed for the last, you know, 10 plus years that we were sober together and worked our shit out and just enjoyed each other, you know? Just enjoyed each other's company. But, like, I would see so many friends of mine that just would, like, especially, like, okay, and I know, like, the whole, like, joking and bridezilla thing, but I would see so many friends of mine get just in, like, really thrown down arguments with their mothers during, like, wedding plannings and things. And it just always made me so sad. I would think, like, this is a time that you guys should really be enjoying this, you know? Like, isn't this a time when you're never gonna get married again? Like, you should be really, like, enjoying this, you know? So, I don't know. Have you guys had difficulties with a family member out there? And I've had friends of mine that are that way with their, like, siblings as well, you know? And I don't really understand that a lot because I'm an only child, you know? And for so long, I feel like I know a lot of only children today, but like, or people that grew up as only children, but I mean, there were times when I was growing up that I would do anything for a sibling. You know, I mean, Caroline and I were kind of like brother and sister, but kind of not really too, you know? And so there were times that I would have done, like, I fantasized about, like, you know, having like an older sister or something. And oh my goodness, got so tired. Then the older that I got, that I really enjoyed being an only child. I feel like I have relationships with my parents that I wouldn't have had I had siblings, if that makes sense. It's interesting because, like, Alex's mom, and I mean, I'm not that close to other people that have siblings. My ex had, he had 2 brothers as well, and, but it was different. He had 3 brothers. It was different, because they were so far apart in age. Like, Alex's mom is, like, she has 3 very unique but very special relationships with each of her sons. That's not similar, if that makes sense. Like, her relationship with Carlos is completely different than her relationship with Alex, but at the same time similar. Like, you can, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like, I don't know, I just can't explain it. Like, if you ever saw any of the 2 of them together, like, you would never be like, oh, there's a favorite or whatever. Like, whoever she's with at that moment, like, is just, and I see it kind of, I mean, she just loves her son so much. She really does. And I think she's somebody that's really good about seeing specific details in people that she loves about them. I don't know if that makes sense at all or not, but I know I say that all the time on here. Does that make sense? I say it all the time in my personal life too. It drives people crazy, but I don't want to talk and not make sense. Can you imagine if I just talked on here for 2 hours and people were like, none of this makes any sense? So don't you think I should ask? Does that make sense? But, like, what am I going to do if you guys are sitting there and you're going, no, it doesn't make any sense at all? I can't hear you. I mean, I guess you could leave it in the comment section, but I've lost my mind. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just mean that, like, his mom is so good about like picking out specific things that she likes about you, whoever you are in that moment that or you're standing in, whether it's me or her neighbor or her best friend or her, you know, her mom or her sister or Alex or Carlos or Fufu or whoever, you know, like she's so good about just being very attentive. And you know, like if I said to her like, what are 3 things that you love about Alex, it would be very specific things that wouldn't apply to anybody else, but only to Alex. And if I asked her the same thing about Carlos and Fufu, she would do the same thing. And they would be very specific only to them. You know what I mean? And I also love that, like, things that she does with Carlos are not things that she would do with, like, Fufu or Alex. Like Alex and I are definitely like, or Alex is definitely the son that like she goes out to dinner with and has a glass of wine, or you know, like we'll go out to brunch, the 3 of us, you know, or his grandma goes too. But like that's not something that she and Carlos would do. Like Carlos and her relationship is very, I think, athletic driven because he's so athletic, and her going to see his games and stuff like that because he still plays, you know, baseball. But then also very much with the kids. So she goes over there and does like a lot of family dinners and stuff like that with them. And then Fufu is completely different. I mean, you can tell Fufu's the baby, I will say that. But he is the baby, you know? Like, I mean, he's gonna get treated, and he's so much younger than them, so. I'm excited to see him. He's coming home at the beginning of December. It'll be fun to see them. I'm kind of craving a candy bar, but I don't really want to get out of my car with my red sweat shorts on. Looking awfully pretty. I think family stuff is hard, you know? I think I heard this years ago. I don't even know where I heard it, and I so believe it. It was somebody talking about coming out, though. I remember that. Because, you know, when I came out, and there still are people that experience this, but not as many as there were when I came out. There were so many people that had, you know, just absolute horror stories about, like, the second they came out to their families, they just were done. Like, their families didn't want anything to do with them anymore. And so it was kind of a big topic back in the day where people would talk about families of origin and families of choice, and that families of origin are the families that we're born into. But families of choice are the people that we, you know, decide whether they're, you know, friends of ours or co-workers or, you know, people in recovery or recovery friends. You know what I mean? Like, they're people that we consider our friends, and sometimes we even, or we consider our family, sometimes we even, you know, assign family names to them, like, you know, mother, or, you know, aunt so-and-so, or, you know what I mean? Like, even an uncle or whatever, even if they're not. Because those relationships sometimes feel more special to us than the families that we were doled out. And that is perfectly fine. And I think sometimes when we have that, we fight it, you know, so much that it's like that we should feel bad about that or something. But they don't have to compete. You know what I mean? And I think that we all deserve to ultimately be happy, and life is short, and I think we should be able to spend it with the time with the people that we want to. And, but I also think, like, for me, one of my attitudes has always been, I was given this family in my life, love them or not, and I was blessed because I don't, there's a little crazy in my family, but there's not tons, you know what I mean? Like, I think every family has a certain amount of crazy, don't you? But it was bearable, you know? I think definitely, you know, after my mom got sober and after I got sober, I was a big part of that craziness too, you know? Although, when I was, like, drinking and stuff, I just was absent. Like, my mom would be there making a scene. I was just absent. I just wouldn't show up. But I get, you know, that had a really negative effect on my family too. You know, because my aunt would say, I miss you, like, I don't ever see you anymore. Why didn't you come to Thanksgiving? Oh, I was feeling sick, you know, things like that. But I think, like, I don't know, maybe make a gratitude list of your family members, even if you can only write 2 things down, you know, when you're if you have to like go to a holiday and you're like, I cannot do this, these people drive me crazy, well, I mean, they're your family. They're gonna be yours for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. I mean, you can put a tattoo on your face, but they're still your family. I love that quote, and people, I don't know, whenever I say this quote, people always have issues with it, but I love it. And I think, it's because I get it wrong, but it's like, you can put a pig in a dress, but it's still just a pig. I love that quote. I don't know why, because it's like, you can dress something up to be something it's not, but let's just be for real. We all got crazy in our families, right? We all got crazy in our families, and that's okay. And we got to find some things we love with these people, because they're going to be in our life whether we like it or not. But that doesn't mean that we need to allow them to have control over our lives. You know, a lot of family members are very abusive. And I want to say this, whenever I'm talking about like toxic relationships, whatever, I'm not talking about that. That's another example completely that needs to be sought through professional help. I'm talking about just the everyday crazy guilt tripping kind of bullshit that parents do, or, you know, grandmas or aunts, uncles do, you know. Hell, Tanya's husband does it to me sometimes. Well, you haven't come over here in a long time, Peter. I said, Eric, I'm here all the time. He goes, well, not when I'm here. You're not. I'm like, well, I'm sorry you work so much, Eric, you know. If we think about it, guilt tripping is really it's a form of flattery, and somebody saying, I'd like to see you more, you mean a lot to me, you know. And I think I got that at the end with my mom, that just me even stopping by for a half an hour just like brightened her day up so much, you know. I lived much of my life with nobody wanting me around. I should be thankful that anybody is, you know, would like to have me around, you know? And that's where I think the gratitude part comes into it too. So, now that we're moving into the holiday season, get real grateful for your family. That's what we're gonna start working on here. Gratitude for your family. Of course, I just have my cousin left now, so I can say that. It's real easy for me. And she's about as easy as like, well, I have my dad and my stepmom, but they're so easygoing, you know. Anyway, all right, you guys, listen, I'm gonna get off here. I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. I have no idea how long this vlog is, none whatsoever. I know it's more than 48 minutes because I did two 24-minute sets, 24. So, I will be back tomorrow. I am lazing around tomorrow, so I don't know that I'll be putting videos up or not. I'll just kind of have to do with how I feel when I get up. We'll see. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend and doing some kind of Halloween fun stuff. Go check out my review of the Witch's Brew Frappuccino. It's actually really kind of a fun drink from Starbucks, so go check it out on my review channel. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.